11:13, good morning. It's hour one of Experts on Call, hour two of Experts on Call on AM800. Welcome back, everybody. I'm in studio until noon. I am Angelo Aversa, and we've got a couple of guests joining us until the top of the hour, talking about a couple of very important things going on with the Canadian Mental Health Association here in Windsor-Essex County. First off, you can find out more online by going to windsor-essex.cmha.ca. If you have a question for our two guests, I'll let you know who they are in just a moment, but you could text us to 10800 or you can call 519-792-CKLW, 519-792-2559. All right, our guests this hour, Kim Willis, Director of Communications and Mental Health Promotion at CMHA Windsor-Essex County, along with Allison Chandler. Kim and Allison, good morning.
Hi. Hi, good morning.
How are you guys doing, the both of you?
Pretty good for a very Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. So some of the things we're going to be talking about over the next 45 minutes or so: the 50/50 lottery, the Light the Way campaign, and also Candlelight Vigil that's coming up. Kim, I want to start with you though. Tell us a little bit about the 50/50 lottery.
Yeah, so we were excited to launch 50/50 lottery last Monday, as a lot of organizations have had to look at different ways to raise much needed funds in this new environment. We've seen a lot of charities move to this model, and it's really exciting. It's easy to participate. The URL is cmhawindsor5050.ca. And basically, for just $10, you can buy tickets in support of our unfunded programs and have a chance to win a great jackpot come January. So, like I said, easy to participate and supports our unfunded programs like bereavement, our client assistance fund, and all the work we do around mental health promotion and outreach.
You mentioned, Kim, that it launched last Monday. This is the first year the 50/50 lottery is taking place, or no? Have you done this in the years past?
No, this is our first one,
Nice.
so we're really excited. And like I said, it's whether you purchase for yourself or for a family member. The more that participate, the more that we can grow the jackpot. And how exciting come January if someone's able to take home a big chunk of change to pay off some holiday bills.
I was just going to say that. When's the day of the draw?
January 7th.
January 7th. How do people get their tickets?
Yep, just go to cmhawindsor5050.ca, and like I said, you can purchase for $10, $20, or $40, so very reasonably priced, and certainly goes towards a great cause. And like I said, there's so many of us if you're working in philanthropy or a charity right now. It's been a tough year. And so we've had to pivot and look at alternate ways that we can support these programs that do not receive government funding. And as people are looking at the end of the year and ways that they can support, the lottery is a great way to do that. That also can benefit someone when they take home a great prize. So when I first heard about 50/50s and I saw other organizations doing it, I thought, 50/50, so we're talking $500, $1,000. But I've seen organizations that went to thousands, so it can be pretty impressive and better odds than a 649 ticket.
Kim, it was I think that was kind of like a scene from a movie. You were about to just give us the goods, I think, on how much you were hoping to raise and stuff, and you kind of cut out there a bit. It was like a cliffhanger. So tell us again, like what kind of the goal is, or how much you expect to maybe raise through this.
I mean, we would love to see someone take home $10,000 or $25,000, and the other half, of course, supports our programs. But I've seen some charities raise $300,000 plus, and the winner takes home $150,000. So it really, the more that we can get the word out, the more people that support it, the bigger we can grow this jackpot.
What's the response been like since Monday?
It's been really good, and what's been really exciting too is that we have several ambassadors that are our Soul Focus Project campaign at CHA Windsor-Essex, and a lot of wanted to participate and spread it. So it's exciting, and the more participation, the more we raise, and the more that we can do to support the mental health of this community.
As you mentioned, this was kind of an idea that came together given everything that's been going on with COVID. I'm sure you've had to cancel some fundraising initiatives this year. How many, and I guess how much has this pandemic affected what you guys have been able to do from raising funds through these events you guys hold on an annual basis?
Yeah, I mean, 2020, we were really excited, as a lot of people going into it. We had some really exciting events and initiatives scheduled, and we had to quickly pivot and look at innovative ways or virtual ways that we could continue some of our signature events. So we were thankfully able to do something like our golf tournament and our Ride Don't Hide event. And then we moved a lot of our information sharing to virtual outreach. But certainly we've taken a hit, and that's why our Light the Way campaign is so important right now too, which is our holiday appeal, which I know we're going to talk about. But we've had to look at other ways to support initiatives and important programs, like even the work that Allison is doing as our workplace outreach worker.
And we're going to bring Allison into the conversation right after the break. Allison, you're still with us, I hope.
I'm right here.
Okay, good. We'll bring you in after we take this break. But before we do that, Kim, just very quickly, look, do you see potential in this now? I mean, you're doing this in light of everything that's gone on as a way to raise some money for CMHA Windsor-Essex County. Depending on the success of this 50-50 lottery, moving forward, do you see this now maybe as a potential avenue to do it on an annual basis?
Oh, for sure. I think 2020 has taught us so many things. And, we're evaluating, and what has been working, we'll keep doing, and things that haven't worked, we'll stop doing. But I think certainly the world has changed, and that includes the world of philanthropy and fundraising. So we will certainly be adopting the programs and services or the outreach that we've done through these unseemly times that support the work that we do.
You can grab those 50-50 lottery tickets, CMHA Windsor 5050.ca. We are speaking with Kim Willis and Allison Chandler, both with Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County. We'll take the break here on Experts on Call. When we come back, we'll chat with Allison. We'll talk about the Light the Way campaign currently going on with Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County. 11:21.
Life is complicated, and let's face it, sometimes things happen in life that can change your financial situation. Whether it's the loss of a job, a relationship breakdown, or just increased cost of living, financial difficulty can happen to anyone at any time. I'm Mike Braga, a licensed insolvency trustee at BDO. If you find your debt is taking over your life, it's time to get some relief. The hardest part can be making the decision to call. Let us find the solution that's right for you. Call us today for your free consultation or visit debtsolutions.bdo.ca. Let's get through debt together.
Right now, when you use the McDonald's app, you can enjoy any size McCafe Premium Roast Coffee for just $1 plus tax. It's an exclusive offer only available with the app till December 13th at participating restaurants in Canada. Conditions apply. See mcdonalds.ca for details. Every McDonald's McMuffin sandwich is made with a fresh cracked Canada Grade A egg. How do you top that? 2 McMuffin sandwiches for $5 plus tax all day long. For a limited time, see participating restaurants for details. Prices exclude delivery.
Gather round. Enter for your chance to win a Coors Light holiday onesie. Available on specially marked 30 packs of Coors Light for only $49.95. Available for a limited time. Must be legal drinking age. No purchase necessary. For contest details, please call 1-800-MOLSON-1.
Bedroom Depot. We're great in beds. Day beds, bunk beds, bed in a box, and adjustable beds, plus gel memory foam mattresses on sale now. Bedroom Depot voted the #1 mattress store in Windsor.
Work out without going out. Join Mike Uwarski of Finer Fitness for tips on choosing the best home fitness equipment this Saturday morning at 6:30 on AM800.
It's December at Volkswagen, and that can only mean two things. One, don't put your tongue on that metal pole over there because it's just going to get stuck again. And two, we're offering our coolest deal of the year. Get up to 3 months payments on us on this fun-to-drive Jetta, versatile Tiguan, or 7-seat Atlas with 4-motion all-wheel drive, and put your payments on ice for the first 3 months on select trims. So to recap, do not lick the frozen metal pole, but do contact your local dealer for details because this offer ends January 4th.
Volkswagen.
A one-on-one consultation with our expert on call is just a phone call away. 519-792-CKLW. That's 519-792-2559. Or toll free at 1-800-263-2559. Experts on Call on AM800 is a paid advertising feature.
$11:23. Experts on Call on AM800. A couple of guests joining us this hour. They are both with Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County, Kim Willis and Allison Chandler. We are, if you just missed it, the first segment we've talked about their 50/50 lottery, which is going on right now. You can grab your tickets online, CMHA, Windsor, 5050.ca. Kim, do I have that email right? Or that,
yes, you do.
that
Yes.
website? Okay.
Yes.
And they can go on, they can grab their tickets. The draw and the winner will be announced on January the 7th. Also going on right now with CMHA is the Light the Way campaign. Allison, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thanks so much for joining us. Tell us and our listeners a little bit about what Light the Way campaign is.
So our Light the Way campaign is a donation campaign to raise some money and some fundraising support for our bereavement program, which is unfunded, and our client assistance fund as well. The details of the campaign, I think actually Kim might have some better details than I do, as she is our director for the department. I don't know if Kim wants to explain any of the details of how the campaign works.
Sure. Yeah. So this is our annual campaign, and that we do around the holidays. And again, we've had to shift it slightly this year. We launch it with a display at Devonshire Mall, and typically we would have volunteers there, and it would be this very interactive display. And while we weren't able to have the volunteers be part of it this year, we did have the setup at the mall. Thankful to Devonshire Mall for their ongoing support. And this year we just showcased. We had a video there that we were showing. But so that's like one piece. We do a big direct mail appeal to the community to support mental health, which is, as we know, has really shone a light. 2020 has shone a light on the importance of mental health and wellness. So we have that. We have ongoing messages about social media as well. We have a online silent auction. So the Load the Sleigh online auction is very exciting, especially as we move into the gray zone starting Monday. That allows you to bid on some really fantastic items and do a little bit of your Christmas shopping in the process, all while supporting CMHA. So even though it looks a little different this year, it's still, the support is needed more than ever. And I think we all know that coming up to these holidays and as we move into the winter, the outreach and supports that we're able to deliver are more important than ever.
The auction closes at noon, Saturday, December the 19th, next Saturday?
Yes.
Is there still an opportunity? I'm just going through the website right now and I'm looking at the items. Can people still donate an item?
They certainly could. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we never say no to great things. So absolutely. And we could add them to the website. If anyone has anything they would like to donate, we would gratefully accept those. But you can see if you visit the website that there's some great items, everything from golf to Apple Watches to spa packages to a tailored suit, something for every interest and every budget.
And there are a couple of participating restaurants that are generously supporting the Light the Way with donation boxes. Again, does that change on Monday now, Kim?
Yeah. So for the most part, that's had to kind of not happen this year. As we know, things change on a daily basis.
Okay.
But Oven 360 is doing a promotion for us on December 23rd where they're selling their delicious bread. So pop in there while supplies last on December the 23rd. Do your curbside pickup, and those funds are supporting CMHA.
I know I've interviewed you a bunch of times, Kim, with regards to the work that you guys are doing at CMHA in the past, whether it be here at the radio station, over at CTV. And I'm sure you've told me this number before. I probably have just forgot it, and I don't know why it sticks out to me right now as I read it. And maybe that's because of what's going on this year with COVID and everything. According to the website, 14 people die in our community every day. That's related to mental health?
No, that's just in reference to the number of people on average
that are
we saw
passing
in
away.
this community, aside from COVID.
Yeah.
And then, that impacts our bereavement services and program, and it is not fully funded, and yet hundreds of people rely on the program annually to support grief. And we actually have now a pandemic response therapist that is able to meet people or with people who are experiencing heightened anxiety, depression, grief as it relates to the pandemic. So again, that's another fund that is supported through fundraising that we introduced in April. And thank you to the Tooldo Foundation, Windsor-Essex Community Foundation, who quickly moved, and we were able to make that happen quite quickly, and is a support for those in the community.
You've got some wonderful stories with regards to the to Light the Way story, and I want to talk a little bit about that after the break. Also, a Candlelight Vigil. We are speaking with Kim Willis and Allison Chandler this hour, both with Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County. You can find out more info online, windsor-essex.cmha.ca. If you have any questions for our two guests, we've got a half hour to go. You can text us at 10-800 or call 519-792-CKLW, 519-792-2559. A reminder, the Light the Way campaign is going on right now, and that includes the Load the Sleigh online auction. It closes next Saturday, December the 19th at noon, but you can visit the website, get an idea of some of the fantastic items that are up for bidding on their website, and also the 50-50 lottery going on right now as well. They'll pick a winner January the 7th. You can purchase your tickets, CMHA Windsor 5050.ca. More to come with our two guests. It's 11:30. It's hour 2 of Experts on Call on AM800, and two guests joining us this hour, both with Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County, Kim Willis and Allison Chandler. A reminder, their 50-50 lottery is going on right now. You can purchase your tickets online, CMHA Windsor 5050.ca. Winner will be announced January the 7th next year. And a reminder, the Light the Way campaign also going on right now. You got included with that an online auction, rather. And you can take a look online at windsor-essex.cmha.ca to see what some of the items that are up for bid are. And the auction will close noon next Saturday, December the 19th. Is there anything with Light the Way that I'm missing, Kim or Allison, that we want to hit on?
No, I think you've captured it. Basically, we're just trying to spread messages around mental health and wellness, particularly right now, and raise much-needed funds to support those programs.
And the Candlelight Vigils coming up. Allison, do you want to tell us about that?
So the Candlelight Vigil is, I believe it's our 12th one this year, an annual event that occurs, and it's in remembrance of children who have died, for their families to have of that kind of collective moment to get together and to get together in remembrance and have a service together. It's just recently, a very recent change. It was going to be a drive-in event this year, and again, due to new COVID restrictions that have come up just within the last few days, it's been pivoted again to now being an online event. On our CMHA website, there is a link for a Zoom meeting, that will occur to support the vigil in a virtual way instead this year.
And when will that be?
And so that is actually tomorrow, December 13th, at 4:45. Kim, is it still at the same time?
It's at 6:15 now.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
The details have changed over the last day. So, yes, it's now at 6:15 p.m. tomorrow. That's Sunday. And if you go to our website, windsor-essex.cmha.ca, look under events, you'll find it there, and that's where you can access the Zoom link.
It's probably a good segue into my next question for you, Kim, but given look, there's another change into an event that you had planned. You're going now online with the event tomorrow night. Just how difficult has it been to plan something this year with CMHA and sticking to it, let alone just planning it?
Every week it has been an adventure. You think you get the hang of something and then numbers change and whatnot. So I think that's just one lesson we've all had to learn this year is flexibility and resiliency. And in her capacity as the workplace outreach worker, Allison is helping to support some organizations locally when it comes to their mental health. And we know, if you read the news, that or just living what we're going through right now, you cannot not have focused on your mental health at some point this year. It's been challenging for all of us, and we say 1 in 5 Canadians will personally experience a mental illness any given year. But we all have mental health, and we need to take care of that the way we do our physical health. And we've seen businesses over the last several months reaching out and wanting support for their employees. So everything from manufacturers such as Cavalier or Ground Effects, who have reached out wanting support for management, looking at ways to support the mental health around health and safety, and through to smaller nonprofits like Noah's House Foundation, Green Shield. So we're seeing more employers wanting to step up and support their mental health through of their staff through these challenging times. And I think Allison could shed some more light on that and what she's seeing and experiencing in that respect.
Yeah, go ahead, Allison.
Sure. Thanks, Kim. So as my role as the workplace outreach worker, as Kim described, I am providing mental health supports to some frontline workers as well as management and team leaders on ways to support employees' mental health during this challenging time, as well as your own mental health as we move into another lockdown, and in the wintertime we know that people's mental health generally takes a bit of a dip anyways, and so what I'm doing to try to support that is by providing some short-term supportive counseling to employees who might be struggling. There's often wait lists in the community. A lot of things have gone virtual now. It's hard to get that face-to-face support. I have been able to provide that on site at the workplaces for some employees, as well as providing some mental health education and workshops and presentations and such to employees and to managers on how they can support the mental health of their workers at this time. And really what I'm seeing is, most people that I talk to had some kind of pre-existing mental health concerns prior to the pandemic. Experiences with depression and anxiety were not new for them, but having the COVID pandemic on top of that has added a new layer of stressors, I think, for everybody, and specifically those who struggle with mental illness. It's just another layer of needing to learn new coping strategies and new ways to get through the day, and so that's what we're trying to support them with.
Allison, how do you, especially when you're dealing with the frontline workers, when you're dealing with people that are right in the face of, in front of this pandemic, what are some of the things that they can do to support one another?
Yeah, so ultimately, in the workplace, supporting yourself and your colleagues and management supporting the workers as well involves, some open communication with those around you and, hopefully management being able to understand when people need to take their mental health breaks or use their sick days, those types of things to be able to have the time to take a break. Obviously, some of our frontline staff, especially in the medical field, are not able to take that much needed time right now. I'm hoping that moving into the holiday season, people are connecting with families in the best way that they can, so that they're not feeling isolated, and that this isn't theirs to tackle by themselves. There's a team of people around you, and just really reinforcing that it isn't something they have to do by themselves. It can feel quite isolating, especially as a frontline worker right now. And so, as we move into the holiday season, really encouraging people to find new and creative ways this year to make connections with people. We say we're social distancing. I like to say we're physically distancing, but we do want to keep a social connection at the same time. It's very important for our mental health to feel connected to others. And so whether that's through virtual contact or going old school and sending out Christmas cards again and letters and pictures of different ways to find some connection with those around you, and calling and checking in on those that you know might be struggling, especially if they happen to live alone, and checking in on those around you, just to see how they're doing and make sure that they feel supported as well.
Kim, have you kind of found that a group like CMHA has just kind of been like in the middle of all of this that's going on? It's like, here you are, a program that you offer deals with people that are going through troubling times. The programs that you offer are there to offer support to these people, but at the same time, it's this pandemic that's kind of contributed to the loss of funding, the loss of canceling events. It's like, how have you guys been able to manage, I guess, with probably an increase in dealing with what you're trying to do for the community, but you're also not getting that support that would allow you to help this increase?
That is an excellent question. We have a great team and we have great staff at CMHA, and we practice our own resiliency on a daily basis. And I applaud the team and the staff for their flexibility and their adaptability. For as many things that we have been taken away from us this year, I look to some of the things we have been able to do. So, for example, the Garage Gym held a virtual event last May, a 5K walk-run in support of first responders. And there were almost 1,000 people that participated in that event, and almost $40,000 raised. Our Ride Don't Hide event, even though we had far fewer participants, we raised even more money. And similarly with golf, while it was very, very different than previous years, we had new sponsors. We had one of our best years. So I think that's what keeps us all going, is that we do see this amazing community and we know so well what the need is. And like I said, the more that we can do our outreach, when the pandemic first hit in March, we were ready on the flip of a dime to be able to offer these information webinars and about resiliency and experiencing the anxiety and stress. Again, as we see as the lead community provider of mental health and addiction services, that's our obligation to the community. So as much as we've had to change things, I think these pieces of hope and just the way the community responds and knows how important more than ever mental health is, that they're coming and they want to support the work that we do. And like I said, that has made positions like Allison in her workplace outreach worker role, our pandemic response therapist, all of the education and outreach that we're able to do to support this community, that all comes through philanthropy dollars. So we've been able to do all these things thanks to this community, and there have been some highlights.
Safe to say that you guys have seen an increase in the last 8 months, 9 months in terms of people that are looking for some type of mental support due to the COVID pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting. Certainly, the crisis line has experienced a significant increase that we, CMHA National did a study and released the results recently, and they were quite concerning. We know that people are turning to substances more frequently, more often. We know people are struggling. We do see demand for our services increasing.
And I think at some point, and maybe it's now, but I think the question does have to be maybe brought up: is that everything we're doing, are we taking a closer look at what this is doing to a lot of people's mental health? Topic and a discussion for another day, I'm sure. But for more information on the Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County, you can go online and you can actually purchase your 50/50 lottery tickets at the website cmhawindsor5050.ca. The draw will take place on January the 7th. Also, when you're on their website, check out their Light the Way campaign, which is going on right now, their online auction. You can take a look at the items that are up for bid, and that will close next Saturday on December the 19th. And finally, a reminder to the Candlelight Vigil, which takes place annually, will go once again tomorrow night. A bit of a change due to the announcement that Windsor-Essex County will be moving into gray lockdown beginning on Monday. The drive-in event has now been moved to an online event tomorrow night, and the details on their website, windsoressex.cmha.ca. Our final segment with Kim Willis and Allison Chandler when we come back. Stay with us. We are just about to wrap up the hour. We're speaking with Kim Willis and Allison Chandler, both with Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County. You can find out more info by going to windsoressex.cmha.ca. On there, you can click on their Light the Way campaign, which is currently going on, and that includes an online auction, which closes next Saturday at noon. That is December the 19th. Also, on their website, a link to their 50/50 lottery. The draw will take place on January the 7th. The direct website, cmhawindsor5050.ca. Kim, for people that that are just tuning in that may have missed the opening segment where we were talking about this 50/50 lottery, which was introduced this year, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we launched it earlier this week. It is a 50/50 draw happening now through until January the 7th. I should mention that the early bird deadline is coming up for Friday. So our first draws will happen then. So you can win either $250 cash or $250 in gift cards if you have your ticket purchased by next Friday. But it's very easy to get in on the raffle. Just go to, like we said, cmhawindsor5050.ca. You can purchase tickets for $10, $20, or $40. And the bigger we grow, the jackpot, the more that the person who wins will win, but the more that CMHA wins as well.
And it's great, too. You have a couple winners throughout a 50/50 lottery, like you said. You got an early bird draw, so opportunity for, at least a few people to maybe walk away with some money. And then at the end of the day, bigger story is half that money is going to go to CMHA. How are you going to use that money, Kim?
It will fund the bereavement program, the client assistance fund, and our mental health outreach around with our training and education and specialized positions like Allison in the workplace outreach worker, our pandemic response therapist. So programs that are so vital and important now more than ever.
How many programs are involved with CMHA?
We have over 20 programs.
20 programs. Does that grow annually, if allowed to? I mean, is it through either funding or donations?
Yeah, we certainly have seen some growth in the last couple of years. And as you mentioned, a large part of that is what we receive from both the government and through our fundraising. So we have seen an increase thanks to both of those streams of funding. And we also have primary care as part of our branch, which is very unique. So we're able to do so much more for the community, having this broad spectrum of supports. And a good example of that, I want to remind everyone, is that we do have a mental health and addiction urgent care clinic in our community. That is open 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. And now more than ever, we want people to know that if you are struggling, to reach out. There is help in this community. The urgent care center is a good example of that. You can walk in. You do not need a referral, and there's a multidisciplinary team there to assist. There's also the Transitional Stability Center, which is located on Ouellette Ave. There's a Bounce Back program. So if you look up Bounce Back, it's an online virtual program. Family Services Windsor, if you check them out, they have services that you can access. So I think that's a message we really want to highlight as we enter this new lockdown, is that if you are struggling, there's help available. And we saw during the first wave that people were so focused on just survival mode, and rightfully so. But if they were struggling, there was some hesitancy to reach out, and so that's why it's so important. We want to highlight that there is support available.
And exactly, now don't hesitate. reach out to somebody, get some help, and get the help that you need. Allison, your role as outreach coordinator, just tell us a little bit about the importance of the role you play in getting out to the community and helping others.
Sure. Yeah. So it's a fairly new program, the Workplace Outreach, which is providing support to frontline workers as well as management and team leaders of the sort to provide some mental health support to employees right now, especially any smaller organizations that don't have maybe an employee assistance program where they would be able to access counseling through their benefits. Some smaller organizations that don't have access to those types of things. I'm there, kind of on the front lines, providing these mental health supports to the employees, whether it be in the form of group presentations or workshops on mental health topics that are relevant to their specific field. For instance, those working in retirement homes or long-term care settings are experiencing very high levels of caregiver burnout right now. And I'm seeing a lot of health anxiety, people getting, very nervous about contracting COVID themselves and what that might do to the vulnerable population they work with. So I'm there to provide some of those supports. And one of the things, I'm really advocating for and telling people right now is there's a big difference between being informed and information overload. We have, information at our fingertips right now, and it's very easy to kind of what we call the doomsday scrolling of getting really wrapped up in needing to know every new statistic that's out there, and it's been a hard year for everybody, and we do need to take those social media breaks, those news breaks for our mental health and focus on the positive things that are going on in our lives and reflect on this year on the aspects that we do have to be grateful for instead of just the doomsday scrolling, because it really doesn't do us any benefit to our mental health, always focusing on those negative things that are coming at us so often, through our phones and the internet.
I always say this, not a bad idea to just take a breath every once in a while. Take a step back, let something marinate, and then maybe react rather than just, like you said, constantly looking and worrying over this stuff. Look, it's here, and unfortunately it's here, but the good news out of it is that there are programs that are available at such places like the Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County. Kim or Allison, anything I've missed with about a minute left that either of you two ladies want to hit on?
No, I think you've captured it all. Again, we want people to be safe. We want them to know that supports are available. And if you are able to support CMHA this holiday giving season, check us out at windsoressex.cmha.ca/lighttheway. You can donate directly online there. Also, check out the silent auction, and there's, of course, the link to the raffle there as well. And those funds stay in our community and help us support the mental wellness of everyone.
Kim Willis, Director, Communications, Mental Health Promotion at Canadian Mental Health Association, Windsor-Essex County, along with Allison Chandler, Workplace Outreach Coordinator at CMHA, Windsor-Essex County. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate this. Keep up the great work. Stay safe, and we will talk to you in the new year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care.